Hi, this is Conrad
Hello.
and Kathy DeMattias.
Yep.
That's Conrad. This is Kathy. Tonight is December 27th, right?
Yep.
And guess what showed up? Plus a cold.
Yes, we both have colds.
Yeah, we both have colds.
So we finally got our copies of Kathy's book, My Journey to the Center of Love. Woohoo! We got it.
We got it. So, so this is a book that I wrote of what it took for me to get to the center of loving myself and being completely in love with myself. And one of the things that I realized that I needed to do in order to be able to say that I truly loved myself was to be able to stand up and fight my oppressors, and to be able to not allow anybody to bully me. And but when I wrote this book, I wrote it for myself first, and then the person who was reading it next to me was my husband. And I wrote this book, and I didn't know it at the time. When my dad said, "Kathy, start writing," I didn't know that it was going to lead to me being able to grow and be more of a stronger woman. I didn't know it. If I knew it, would I have even believed it, So it took my dad sending a message to me from heaven, and that got me starting writing. The first step was the Center Lavelle contest, and that was the first spark at making me write. The first thing to ignite that switch in me to start writing. And it took, just like a car that hasn't been started. You know how when you
Yep.
go to turn it over and it's having a little trouble. You know? So, but
She tries to be funny.
I am funny. So, I wanted to, once I got to the point where I knew I needed to release the book, then the stress mounted. And then as I gave the book out, for people to read and for it to be edited, I was very nervous. This was me, my baby me, and I was sending myself out to the world, which for years in my career, I remained rather quiet. I was quiet about what I did. I wasn't really flashy. I wasn't really a flashy type of person. I didn't throw my business cards, at you or anything like that. And just because I was really shy. And I've had to get over all of those obstacles in order for me to be able to even do this and to post these videos.
Yep.
And and to work my courage up. So I want to read to you, because my book is now in my hands. Like, my hands. This is a huge accomplishment for me. A major, major accomplishment.
That it is.
The last time I wrote a book report was on the state of Delaware. Oh my God, it was a nightmare. I did not want to do it. I did not want to do it on the state of Delaware. And to the point that I didn't do it. And then it was the day of the... it was
The
due.
night before.
No, it was the day it was due. And I I called out, I'm sick. I'm sick, mommy and daddy. and it was because I didn't want to do that book report on Delaware. And but my dad sat down, and we sat at that dining room table, and we worked on it until we got that book report done. And I can't help but realize in my heart right now so much my dad helped me to write this book. You know what I mean? Like, I know now, he wasn't just coming at integral times.
Right.
It was my dad that was, really making me get this book done.
Yep.
Yep.
And
I know that. So there is no, just because you lose your dad on earth, where you talk to him all the time, doesn't mean that you can't feel the influences of your father working with you, because I really truly did. And I really truly felt, the influences of the Holy Spirit helping me write this book. Right. There was days I was just driven to write and write and write. I didn't need food. I didn't need sleep. All I needed was the computer. Was literally all that I needed. So, but when I wrote this book, and I knew it was going to be released, I knew it was going to challenge me and my husband's relationship even further. And I knew it was going to test us to its absolute limits.
Right.
I knew this book was going to test our marriage, the strength of our marriage,
right,
up to its limits, because we knew that was the reason we couldn't get the in.
Right.
Is because we knew we wasn't strong enough as a couple.
Right.
And we needed to go through something that was going to test us beyond anything that we could have comprehended.
Yep.
And I think writing this book and releasing this book has done that. This has been a struggle. We wrote about a controversial topic. I wrote about a controversial topic. Some people do not believe in mediums or
right,
psychics, or some people don't believe in energy healing and stuff like that. So we knew it was going to ruffle feathers, and we knew we was not going to have the love and support of our family members that we,
right,
that we would have liked. We knew that. So we knew basically the beatings would be coming. We knew it. I knew it. I think you
right,
knew it.
Yep.
We knew that this is what we were going to have to endure. And in all reality, that couple, that original, I don't want to say her name, but the original woman who did that she lost her marriage for that
Right.
You know what I mean? Her marriage got lost because even though that was their dream, they weren't strong enough as a couple to run that business. I mean, right, she ultimately was, because she right, continued to run it.
Right.
But, whatever happened in those dynamics, shifted things. So whether it's not for us to own a B&B, or whether we needed to be tested as a couple,
right,
like how much shit can they endure? Let's see. Let's
right,
let's throw everything at them and see.
Including the kitchen sink.
Including the kitchen sink.
No, I'm being funny.
You're being funny. So when I wrote this book, so I'm going to start the front of it, and I'm going to read the excerpt that I'm going to read the first couple of pages, but I'm not going to read the front of the book. I'm just going to, I'm not going to start reading, the whole thing.
Right.
I'm just going to read the part that I wrote to you. Right. Okay? Bless you.
Excuse me.
Okay. My journey to the center of love. How I learned to love myself without losing my husband.
Yep.
Authored by Kathy DeMatteis. My Journey to the Center of Love, How I Learned to Love Myself Without Losing My Husband, by Kathy DeMatteis, licensed massage therapist, esthetician, psychic medium, Reiki master, and creator of Fubella's skincare. This book is dedicated to my baby sister, Amanda Rose, the first angel I ever saw in human form. Contents. And then this is what I wrote to you. To my husband, Conrad, I sing a sonnet to you. Forever we can play. Their theater no doubt is calling us, and I feel your chills come way. My long nails of glitter forever rake your back. As you yoke upon me, your love are my facts. I need nothing other than your sweet loving arms, forever to cradle me, forever I shall charm. I shall fly in the sky as white as if pure snow. The moon shall be our wonders as we look down and bestow all the humans we have healed forever all through time. We'll send a ripple shock that will cease all rhythm and rhyme. Our voices are clearing up. The tale is about to unwind of how the king and queen of the world became so divine. I take my knight of armor down a slippery main to unearth a cavern where together we shall reign. The world is our oyster. All we need to do is forever have faith in heaven. The rest is up to you.
Very nice.
Okay, so I'm going to read the forward too. Okay?
It's fine.
Okay. I had just entered a contest to win a B&B in Maine named the Centerville. It was my dream to have a B&B with a spa retreat. This contest was my last-ditch effort. When I was told to start writing this book, it came in a message from my dad in heaven. I questioned him as to what I was writing about. He responded with, "How you won the center level." I said, "Dad, I have not won the center level." To which he responded, "Yes, I know. Start writing anyway." I wrote diligently all through that time as clue after clue of Maine appeared before our eyes. We did not win the inn, and I was devastated and threw the printed manual and all my clues into my dresser drawer. Over time, my armpits were itching so bad, and I would walk around with a brush digging into my skin to relieve the itching that had manifested in me. The homemade deodorant I made had subsided the itching, and I thought I had solved my problem. As time went on, the itching would happen again. I would wake up in the middle of the night scratching at my armpits until they were red. One morning, I heard my dad reach out from heaven again with a message. "Start writing again, Kathy." When I started writing this time, I devoted all my time to it. I was obsessed with writing. I'd loved so much that it consumed my days and nights. I wrote in so many directions, from self-reflection to poetry to fantasy. I loved writing, and it seemed my whole life was changing. The more I wrote, the more my family wondered what happened to me. I was in love with writing, and the writing bug caught me big time. As the winter months passed and my fingers flew across the keyboard, I began to notice a lot of things change in me. First and most notable was my armpits no longer itched. To this day, I have no insatiable desire to claw myself raw under my pits. I truly believe the itch was my words itching to get out. The only way for it to happen was for my fingers, which are connected to my hands, which connect to my arms, which lead to my armpits, to start writing. The more I typed, the more I released. Memories and clues to my past came out as my mind would remember parts of me buried underneath my skin. It took almost 9 months of intense writing with many emotional breaks. Sometimes for weeks I would look at the computer, unable to bring myself back to it. This time it was not my dad that brought me back to finish this last part. In the end, I had to muster my own willpower. The truth is, I was desperate for a new life. I could feel a part of me dying inside, and I was unable to figure out what parts of me it was. Had Conrad and I won the center level, our marriage would not have survived another year. I had all the skill set to run a place like that, but my marriage did not. I was so focused on my dream that I was failing to see what was right before my eyes. It took losing the contest to lead me on a journey to heal myself and eventually my marriage. I began to ask myself some big questions. Why are we so dysfunctional as a couple? When I asked myself that, I was asking my higher self to show me how to solve our marital issues. This turned out to be a question I would ask all throughout my relationship with my husband, or with anyone else for that matter. Why are we so dysfunctional as people? Many times, for the sake of my partner, I held back what I felt I should say or do to serve my partner's highest good. But when I held back my thoughts or my feelings on something, I was denying myself my true feelings. In many cases, I put myself in precarious situations and I grinned and bore it. I bit down and held my tongue, hoping to elude a bigger argument. I took the higher road in hopes of offering a peace within the relationship, when in all reality I was denying myself my true feelings. My career as a massage therapist has always been to solve the core issues of how pain is manifesting in the body. The desire to rid the body of pain led me to a higher journey within my marriage to solve the issues we were having as a couple. As we journeyed together to find deeper understanding, it led us on a course of deeper healing within each other. We are a sensitive people. My relationship with my husband is the most complicated and glorious relationship I will ever have the pleasure to encounter. We are learning our way with each other. The blessing happened when I reached that moment when the light bulb went off and I understood my partner. When I understood and respected his point of view, we then worked to find common ground, to meet somewhere in the middle. The journey to this discovery did not happen overnight. Many modalities that were a part of my career I brought into my marriage, and we gave to each other in many ways. We started with massage and moved to body scrubs, body wraps, and facials. We began to notice how glued together as a couple we were. Even in our worst fights, when we were both ready to throw in the towel, something would not let us do it. I had to get to the truth of me first and learn who I am. I had to learn how to shine with the gifts I came into this world with. I had to accept and embrace me. I had to learn not to worry about what other people thought about me. I can't please the whole world and make everyone happy. It's impossible. I had to learn how to make me happy. A very impossible task when you spent your whole life pleasing other people. To try and break my mold on unhealthy patterns was something I had worked on for years with therapists and counselors. It was not until I added Reiki healing into my practice that my life began to change. As a couple, we began to use Reiki on each other and noticed changes in how we would react in situations. I believe it was the culminating effects of everything we practiced as a couple that opened up the doors for deeper healing within ourselves. It is with great enthusiasm that I am sharing my midlife crisis with you. I almost walked away from the love of my life in search of myself. He almost left the planet to escape his pain. Together we began a journey of healing each other that has left our marriage in way better shape than when we first entered in. I love to teach people, and I've been teaching my whole life. I just floated in where I was needed and then floated out. This time I am growing my own roots. I am claiming my own stake as the teacher. This book is about who I am as a person on this planet, my life experiences, and how they shaped me into the person I am today. If I am to be a teacher of the world, I have to share what I learned on my journey. Alrighty.
Very nice.
I'm at Spellbound.
Why don't we just keep it at that?
So I don't. So how about we use Spellbound for the next video?
Right, that's what I mean.
Okay, perfect. Great
All right.
idea, honey.
Okay.
Okay. And then after that, if they want to hear
Right.
more, they're going to have to buy the book, right?
Yep.
So after that, or if they're just so excited right now, how could they get the book, honey?
You can buy the book on Amazon and Kindle. It's $9.99 for both. And if you want an autographed copy, just let us know. We will send you an autographed copy for an additional $9 for shipping and handling. Is that right? $9?
It's hold on. It was with the packaging and everything. We put it at $7.99.
Oh, $7.99.
Yeah.
Close. $8, $7.99. Close.
Yeah, to send it.
Okay. So, we ending?
I think we're ending, honey.
All right. So, if you like this video, please click like. Leave a
Share.
comment down below.
YouTube. They can find us on YouTube, right?
Well, this is for YouTube, huh?
Oh, this is for YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But they can also find it on Facebook, right, honey?
Yep.
Okay.
So leave a comment down below. Click the bell notification to get more videos from Kathy and I. Thank you and have a good night. Bye.